If you understand, in your space reactors, I keep on telling you, you need double core, Mr. Arman. He has double core. We'll see tomorrow. You call it acidic or alkaline. I call it very simple. Yes. You're not supposed to ask questions. It's the teaching time. Yes, yes. You ask. But if you understand, if you create enough of that, you're talking about plasmatic field. You're talking about plasma, you're talking about gas, you're not talking about the molecular structure. Do you see the light? Do you understand it? The board is very, that's the whole secret. The smaller it goes, nobody understands. Okay, I'll go very bigger. Is this good enough for the blind? There is a place called, yes. You need to go to them and say, I need some of these, please. Unless you can see through the eye of your soul, then you don't need the red. So, those of you who've been looking to create deuterium or the property of the deuterium, I gave you everything before. If you put enough of it in and ratio it the right way, and Dr. Rodriguez keeps on telling you 2 to 1, 3 to 1, you link the carbon. In a plasmatic condition, you link the hydrogen. You know, if you don't understand, C goes with C. The O in connection with hydrogen, you know what it does. It takes 2 of it, but it leaves a free H. But if you have enough free H's here, you got your deuterium. Then, if you understand it, go back to the work which was done with the time of teaching, how you change alkaline with acidic. If you know there is a secret in the whole process, that this chap without doing anything, the guy behind me understood, but is not doing it, and I'm waiting for him to do it. Arman, you keep the carbon link. You create a condition where big bunch of these behave like this inside this part. Now you don't need to change matter. Now you create deuterium here more than here. We put current in it. You understand? Now you know. So it's your problem. I fly in Ghana, Arizona has to fly too. So what you see, you don't need, don't look at it in a matter state. Look at it in a plasmatic state. If you don't have a carbon connection strength, you have a problem. But in a space, you don't need it. But this is at least an interim that you can just take off a little bit. Be happy, at least we don't wait for 3 years for doing nothing. Oh my God. There's another millions in China doing it. So they didn't see it. That's their problem when you don't see. Yes. Good morning, doctor. I told you, the Italians come as late as possible. They're usually the last people in all the conferences I'm teaching. So now you understand, you keep the link, because here on this planet, you forgot about something. In all these, you have your H2O2 both sides. Now you go like this, oh God, what did I do? It's okay, you fly tomorrow. No problem, we have it. So you got to understand, if you go a step further, and understand the whole process, God bless the soul of the man if he understands what I'm about to write. Now we'll do it here with different color. There is a very big question. If you look in a matter state, if you look in a plasma state, you're too late. You already done that. Just about 10 minutes before you go, you went for a smoke, you smoked everything up. Now you understand what's going on. If you don't see it, big enough? Go back on the teaching of Dr. Rodriguez yesterday. Understand you're dealing with the plasma. Understand what is carbon, understand what's oxygen. Understand multiple of the plasmas can give effect of the same. Understand that you can have deuterium at any time. One coffee. Understand that you're dealing in a plasma state, not in a matter state. If you get and understood what Dr. Rodriguez told you by the ratio of filling up your bags, the water which you carry in your CH3, but the ratio of understanding it will give you deuterium here or deuterium here, according to the current you put through the transformation. You've seen the work, but you never understood. You talk about the amino acid of the man. Sorry. But you don't see the conversion of the numbers. If you get the right conversion, this stays neutral, then you can convert carbon to behave like oxygen. And in a teaching of up to now, I taught you something very, very simple, but maybe you understand. Iron is what they call the magnets, creating positioning on Earth. In the gaseous part is the oxygen, which plays the game. In the deep space is the carbon, or what we call crystal structure of carbon behavior. Now you have more or less the three magnets of the universe. There are more to understand. Good morning. Armand says thank you. Lawyer of mine in Manchester says, don't thank me, pay me. So, fly. Now you understand more and more about the riddle of the work. If you get your ratio right, you lock this to this. And then you decide how much of this will come to work with this and allows this to behave as a deuterium, or how much of this is going to lock with the water with this one, then this becomes a gravitational point. All you do, you change your gravitational from the center to the magnetical outside and return it back again. This is what your body does. You change the solid, converts it to energy, back again to solid, and you reject it. Doesn't do anything else. And all of it is done. 95% of the body of man is made of. If 95% of the body of the man is this, and we know by mass about 70-75% of the body of the man is made of this, how much of which is going where? The riddle is solved if you understand it. Then what is very strange for you is something very interesting. In creating gravitational magnetic field within the mass structure of the gases of this planet, and if you understood this and you understood this, are you wondering why you're walking upright? You've already been in a space, but you haven't managed to lift it a little bit higher. If you look at the structure of the plants, they work through this structure, but they use a slightly different way in a different structure of the using the matter state, how much they're going to be attached to the earth, the physical part. Have you ever seen greens flying in the air and you can grab it? Very difficult, huh? So now you understand even why you're walking upright. This will be very hard to translate the emotion of a Dr. Under in the transcripts. So if you understood the body of the man in essence carries not the hydrogen, but the hydrogen behaving as deuterium. You should have flown 2 years ago. Yes. Now it's better. Okay. If you understand this position, by manipulation of the oxygen in the water of the body of the man, you get the ratio. This is why your lymph needs a different chamber in the heart, and your blood and the immune system use different chamber of the blood. If you understood that, if you remember in the teaching of the medical part, we explained that each chamber has a pressure for immune system, for the lymph system, for the other one, and the other one. But collectively, when they work in the energy of the emotion.